The load is on the front of the drone. We're at 62. We're parallel to him. We have the same speed. We're 100 feet above him. I have access to the wind. I'm ready for the opening.
In 2024, a number of attacks took place, notably in the Red Sea, which marked a real disinhibition of violence with Houthi attacks against the merchant navy. This has considerably changed the way the Navy prepares for its operations, so as to deal with all these threats.
Clearly, in recent years, the balance of power on the seas and oceans has hardened. The scale and violence of these actions have not been seen for several decades.
In fact, Western hegemony is being called into question in all theaters, and we're seeing its effects in the maritime zone.
We're seeing a paradigm shift in navies. Just as we have seen the return of tank warfare, just as we have almost seen the return of air combat, we now find ourselves in the renewed hypothesis of maritime combat.
At a time when interference and destabilization operations are multiplying all over the world, the arms race between the major international powers is back. For several months now, signals have been appearing on the high seas, calling for the utmost vigilance. From the Baltic Sea to the Mediterranean, from the Red Sea to the Indo-Pacific, the return of war at sea is now a major concern. On the Atlantic seaboard, frictions are being played out below the surface.
Submarine warfare is a real issue for us. Firstly, because we have several maritime facades and we need to protect them. Secondly, because we are a nuclear-armed country. Off the coast of Brest, we keep a very close eye. They're all Russians in transit. In other words, we're not leaving any doors open for them.
Along with other NATO countries, we operate in this zone to know and understand the maneuvering of the Russians. We operate our nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines from Brest in the Atlantic. Deterrence is the French Navy's primary mission. It enables us to protect our country's vital interests. It is absolutely fundamental and draws on all the Navy's crews.
These submarines, of which there are many, also provide strategic signals. The strength of a submarine lies in its dilution and reappearance, and in showing that you can project a force, whatever it may be, quite far from your own shores. The Russians have understood this, and it's not necessarily going to attack our coasts or an Atlantic Alliance foothold, for example, but it shows that they're there, and that while you have articles explaining that on the land front, the Russians aren't advancing that much, meanwhile, whether in the Atlantic or in other areas of the world, the Russian Navy is making progress.
All this, in fact, involves all the allies, of course, and in this world the French Navy is a quality ally and an increasingly rare one, because in fact very few allies still have the military capabilities, but also the budget to continue to maintain a navy that can occupy the waters as the French Navy can.
It's right up our alley.
Yeah.
The commander's priority becomes anti-submarine warfare. The commander is located in the central operations, health posture, combat.
A submarine, when you don't know where it is a latent threat. So I need to know where it is.